So I'll show you a roadmap on how to become a full stack developer. The first thing is you need to start with the client side coding, which is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then you go with ES6 for JavaScript's latest version. And then if you start with one of the libraries or frameworks in JavaScript, which is a client side framework, you can either choose AngularJS, React.js, Vue.js, or Svelte. I choose React because it is very easy compared with all the other things. And I hate typed languages, which means anything that is related or similar to Java, I hate. Even if you give me like 1 crore, try to choose what is best for you. You might like one, I might like one. So we have to respect our decisions, as simple as that.
Welcome everyone. Hope you're keeping well and staying safe. My name is Sandrum and I am a community executive at Recro, wherein we are working towards building an exclusive community for developers to help you get connected with like-minded people, build your network, and grow professionally. Those who don't know what Recro is, it is a developer-focused platform helping developers meet the right opportunity by connecting them with the fast-growing startups such as CureFit, Swiggy, Udaan, and Dunzo. So welcome to Recro Talks again, and today we are doing a webinar on full stack Mern introduction. And our guest speaker for today is Praveen Kumar Purushothaman. Hi Praveen. And to know more about Praveen, he is a full stack JavaScript specialist from London, England, originally from Chennai, India. Specializing on React and Node.js, working for a top US based investment banking firm in the UK. He's a web specialist, career coach, mentor, ex-Microsoft most valuable professional, speaker, author, and also a Guinness record holder with the Microsoft App Fest. Thank you so much, Praveen, for joining us. You may say hi to the audience and over to you.
Awesome. That was a great introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hosting this thing. This is really awesome. And for those people who haven't met me, yes, she has pretty much summed up everything. So I'm a full stack specialist, JavaScript specialist specializing on React and Node, and that's my full-time work. And today we are going to look into a lot of variety of things very quickly and directly go into demo. So coming back to what we were looking at. So what is Mern and what is this full stack development and how all these things are now the sought after roles, and we will cover everything within 10 minutes and directly jump into a demo application. The demo application was suggested today morning by someone called Daksh, and when he was there in my live stream, in the morning he was suggesting it. And for those people who are watching in YouTube, I'm still looking at those 5 people who joined first, and only Daksh was messaging it. And let's go ahead. And by the way, so first thing which I wanted to tell us, like the whole broad perspective of this information technology group, in information technology field, and then how it is going to be split up accordingly. So the first thing is you can become a software developer, or there are other fields in the information technology. If you take the software development field, you have got 3 major varieties. One is the web development, one is the desktop application development, other is obviously the mobile application development. And there are other things like, let's say you can work on game development, machine learning, artificial intelligence. There are like so many things that are available, and we are concentrating on something like the web development. Inside web development, again, there are like multiple fields. One is the full stack front-end web development, one is the back-end web development, and you have the complete stack, that is the full stack web development, who is a person who works both on front-end and back-end. My split up is like 55% front-end and 45% back-end, and this guy keeps saying that he's a front-end developer. Then what is the use if there is no website of his own, right? So let me quickly share my screen and then show you all how my website looks like. So this is my website. I'm a full stack developer, and since I'm in India, I guess it takes some time. And now I understand the pain of people from India who is looking at my website. So I'm a cat lover, I'm a cook, I'm a mentor, I'm all these things. So this, what I suggest everyone to do is like try to build a simple portfolio like this. It's got a huge picture of mine and all the ways where you can stalk me. And finally, coming to the main section, there is a small introduction and all the necessary details are here. And if you're like the ones that you need to go, you can just click on it and then you can get onto it. Cool. Now the next thing is, so in case if you have some, if I believe a lot of people are students at this moment. So in case if you don't have an experience section, you can just skip it, go to the education section where you can, what I did here is I just copied everything from my university brochure and I just put here. And coming to the numbers, all these numbers are made up numbers, but they are like far higher than what it is now. The first thing which I wanted to say is, in case if you learn something new or try something awesome, try to share it in your circle, like in the social network or something like that. The main reason why I'm saying is, consider this one, I did it like 12 years ago. This is something like I did it like 11 years ago. This one I did like 10 years ago. So comparing with these things, what I did recently are like really good. So you will be getting a good like a confidence over what exactly you have gone from one to like zero to something. So what I like you all to do is, anytime any place when you are learning something new, try to make a demo and then put it on your social networks. Like LinkedIn and Twitter are really good for career development. So that is something which I wanted to tell. And another thing is like about blogging. So whenever you are trying to work on something really cool, like let's say you learned something today, how to work with React, some kind of a context or some kind of a thing, that would be really nice. It's if you are able to convert that complex content into a simple content which you can explain to a 5-year-old kid or your grandma or grandpa, that would be the best success for you, rather than showing a certificate or kind of a thing, because that's when people will be able to see that, okay, there is this such a huge concept which was explained very clearly by this person, and the person should know really what they are writing. So that is one thing, because written communication skill is one of the main things, and this is what people talk behind my back, and this is how you can talk to me. And I'm always up for working on like connecting with you all, and please go ahead and ask your questions as well. And today I wanted to also tell you one more thing. So I've got this particular development environment. I will quickly show you what my development environment looks like. And so if you just type in Praveen Dev environment in Google, you will get the first link. So this is the first thing which will come up. And I'm using a Mac OS machine, and the Mac OS machine contains Google Chrome. Google Chrome is the basic thing which I'm using. Development tools part. So I'll be using Google Chrome extensively in spite of the privacy concerns that are existing in this. So we'll be working on those things. And the reason why I chose Google Chrome is like it is completely developer friendly, and you have got a lot of things to go for. So if you are working with React, which is what we will be doing, so you make use of this particular thing. So this is React Dev Tools. So if you see this, it is in Google Chrome Store as well, and it is called React Dev Tools by Facebook. And this helps you in a lot of different things. So today what we are going to do is, so I'll just quickly explain what all tools that I use. Zoom is mainly for all these communication and other things. Git, ever planning to go back in time, at least in the code side of things, Git is the best thing. So you can version control all your code, and you can go back in time to a place where it was working fine. Or if you want to go back in time from that point of time, you can branch out and start working on different code. So that's about Git. And we have got item 2, and this is mainly for, okay, let's skip all these things. I was using Sublime Text, which was great, and we have got VirtualBox, Vagrant, and Scotchbox, etc. So these are for the PHP development LAMP stack. I believe Sasi, someone who was asking about something about PHP, so something about PHP has been given here. So Node.js is the runtime environment that we'll be using for JavaScript, and basically JavaScript runs on the browser. But at this point, if you want to take the Node.js, take the JavaScript's running ability from the browser to a runtime environment, then it is Node.js. So you can run JavaScript outside the browser using Node.js. So that is one thing. And we have got Typora, which is an awesome thing. It was free. Now it is no more free, but the old versions are free. It is mainly for creating awesome readme files, and we have got Visual Studio Code. This is where we will be working on everything. So we'll directly jump into the demo. And before that, I would like to just quickly answer all the questions that was asked. I know that we will try to answer it at the end, but at the same time, I would like to. Cool. There is no difference between joining in Zoom versus staying on YouTube. YouTube will be easier for me to answer all the questions. Hey, acoustic. Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, quickly answering all the questions. Let me go back to the talk screen. Yeah, so the first question is best and easy way to become full stack developer. So I'll show you a roadmap on how to become a full stack developer. The first thing is you need to start with the client side coding, which is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then you go with ES6 for JavaScript's latest version. And then if you start with one of the libraries or frameworks in JavaScript, which is a client side framework, you can either choose AngularJS, React.js, Vue.js, or Svelte. I chose React because it is very easy compared with all the other things. And I hate typed languages, which means anything that is related or similar to Java, I hate. Even if you give me like 1 crore, this is my point, like my point of view. And so that is something which I would like to say. Try to choose what is best for you. You might like one, I might like one. So we have to respect our decisions, as simple as that. And choose one of the front end frameworks or libraries. The next thing is you need to go into backend. So backend, there is like a plethora of lot of things. So starting with, we have PHP, LAMP stack, or Node.js, Mern stack, JavaScript stack. You have Python. I guess in Python, you have got Django and Flask. I don't know Python, so if I'm telling it in a wrong way, sorry about that. Check it with the Python expert. Java, you have got Spring Boot and J2EE, some crazy things are there. So I'm not sure about Java as well. And then finally, you have got Ruby on Rails, Go, Rust, Dart. So many things are there on the backend side. So .NET is also there. So there are like so many things that are there in the backend side and front end side. So choose something, master one or two. So for me, I like React and I like jQuery. Both are like Mentos and Coca-Cola. Don't mix them. So jQuery is for static side with DOM manipulation engine, while React is for the virtual DOM and single page applications. The same way in the backend, I like Node.js with Express. I know I'm an expert in that. And I also know the PHP and MySQL as well. So just have an idea about two tech stacks in the front end as well as back end, and that should be it. You know front end, you know back end, then you are a full stack developer. As simple as that. I hope that was a good answer, Minhas Uddin. And we have got another question. How do I start with JavaScript? Great question. The first thing which I would say is like there are like so many courses available online for free on YouTube and other things. So check out Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp is one of the best options. And for JavaScript, right? JavaScript.info. It's one of the best and best. Okay, so you start JavaScript with like the application, the programming language, then you go with the browser related stuff, then you go with advanced things, then you go with networking related. It's keeping on updated as well. So javascript.info is the best one. Spring Boot versus Node.js, which one is better job opportunity wise? Okay, job opportunity wise, I will definitely say it's going to be Java is the clear winner, because there are lots and lots of old legacy banks that use Spring Boot, or I don't think it's Spring Boot either. They use Java, but I don't know how much is Spring Boot like the penetration is. But Node.js, definitely you will love your life, something like that. So I again, being a purest form of Java hater, I shouldn't be saying this way. But if you like Java, go with Java. If you like Spring Boot, go with Spring Boot. Don't change for what is getting trended or something like that, because that would be you are doing something. You are betraying yourself, right? So if you say that you love JavaScript, and if you, since because the money is there, and if you are going for Java, then that is not the right thing to do. So that is what I would say. So stick with your passion. Definitely the success will come back. There is another question. I'm in college doing first year. How do I start my career for a developer. So as I said you, there are these different options that are available. So you can go with either stuff. So there are so many things that are there, and you can choose between front end development, back end development, full stack development, mobile application development, AI, ML. If you go in the Python side of things, so there are like so many other things are there. Could you say sources to learn React.js in YouTube or Udemy? Anything, please. Westboss is really cool, but he's a bit costly. This is the only thing I would say I would recommend. He's not paying me or something like that. I'm like a huge fan of him, the way he teaches, etc. And people are saying Mosh is also good, but everything is extremely costly or paid. In YouTube, as I said, your free code camp is really cool. Learn React and then press enter. You get hundreds of things. Just follow your favorite person. Web Dev Simplified, or wait, there is a best person, me. Follow my YouTube channel. Okay. I learn HTML and CSS 70%. By the way, JavaScript is difficult or not. You have to say this, because JavaScript is the interactive part in the web development area, and you have to go ahead, try out this one. So Prem Patel, Westboss JavaScript notes. Okay, he has already done something similar to this. That's bad. Okay, there is this question for Recro. Does Recro hire freshers?
So currently we are actually looking at the developers between 2 to 3 years of experience. So that is our major TG, because we deploy them to A-grade startups, right? So for that, they need a prior experience. We are not into the freshers as of now yet, but yeah, let's see what's going to come next. But now, I guess, for developers of 2 to 3 years of experience.
Who tells you are a fresher or a not fresher? Just go ahead, learn something, keep on practicing, try to make yourself. I mean, there could be a difference between, let's say you are just practicing React for 2 months, but you are completely passionate and you are working on something really cool. And there is this guy with 2 years of experience in React, he knows nothing or something like that. So number of years definitely doesn't matter. So just make sure you are building up your portfolio and then presenting that to people like Recro or someone. That would mean a lot more than the number of experience. It is just a number, right? So there you go. And yes, Mozilla MDN is also great, but I don't think it would be good for like a path or career path or like, a course or something like that. So that is the reason I did not mention that, but any kind of reference, MDN is best. Struts is used. Yeah, Java struts, something I have heard of that. Learning Express, can I get a job? Here in the UK, definitely yes. For Express.js developers, we start with 40 lakhs per annum, and for React.js developers, it is around 37.5 lakhs per annum. Like right now, these are the right now numbers at the moment. Yes, the Net Ninja on YouTube is really good as well. So I have seen their videos as well. Yeah, cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and start a demo right now. How many of you are waiting for the demo? First thing is, I'm going to create a repository here. Actually, I created a repository thanks to Daksh. So this was the repository I was creating. I'm just gonna rename this repository to Recro React notes taking. So sorry, Gordon, don't kill me for this. Anyway, so what we have done so far in this is like just create a HTML file and something. Okay, how many of you want me to show you a small magic here? Those people who attended in the morning, please don't comment. How many of you want to see the magic? Kavi Arasu, how to study DSA? DSA, I'm a failure, bro. So I'm zero in DSA. What I'm going to do here is, so you have the GitHub page, right? All I'm going to do is press dot here. The moment I press the dot, you can see what is happening here. It's setting up my web editor, and then immediately, boom, I've got something like a React. I've got something like a page here or something like that. And one thing which I wanted to show quickly is, let's go ahead and deploy this whole thing in an application as well. So in a website. So there is this thing called as settings, and here you have got pages. Inside the pages, you can set up the whole application in a custom domain or something like that. So boom. So yeah, Tanishka Yadav was there and she's here today as well. So you can see that this is clearly here. So this is what we did in the morning. So now what we will do is we'll directly go ahead and start working on something like a full stack application. And the way I created the application is like, if you see here in the code, let me try opening this one. So this is my Visual Studio Code setup as well. So here we can see that these are the 8 extensions that I have already installed. For the extensions and all these things, check out the live stream which I did in the morning. So directly we are jumping into the demo since we have just half an hour. Okay, you are not able to ask questions in the YouTube. Maybe for the next live stream you might be able to, I guess. YouTube is doing some crazy things. Sorry about that, Shrinik. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is let's start with the basic stuff. So what I generally do here is, okay, before that, let's open the folder here. So in the morning I have used this code in React's note-taking thing, and there you go. So we just need to pull everything. So the easiest way you can clone the repository is by using something like this. Let me show you one thing. So the first thing which I would like to do is go to the code, and you would be able to see that there is this URL. So starting with, if you don't want to type passwords like me, put your username in front of your username. So in case if Anjum is going to clone and Anjum is the username, she will be putting like this. She won't be changing this one. So this is how you will be cloning. This is your GitHub username. So I'm just going to cut this and I'm going to do this one. So here there is an option to clone the repository. So let's go ahead. Yes, Hitesh, what's your question? Can you show the roadmap of how to become a graphic designer? Unfortunately, I have no clue about that. And sorry about that. I'm not actually a good graphic designer. I have just used Canva and other things and surviving. So I'm not the right person to answer for that question. Sorry. Okay, so let's click on the works, and then I'm just going to click on open. So just this alone is enough for me because I can use the Git repository control here. And if I see all the extensions, the best extensions which I wanted to tell quickly is the Git lens and Git history, which allows me not to use GitHub in my application at all. So Git lens will show you who did what. It's all about blaming things. And then Git history will help you out with showing the complete history of the file and the particular directory or something like that. And apart from these things, I have explained everything in the previous live stream. So quickly going on to the demo, the first thing which I would be doing is I'll get rid of everything here. So let's go to the terminal, and I'm gonna, okay, instead of that, I'll just delete these two things here. So delete. And now the first thing we will be working on is we need to create 2 folders, 2 directories here. One is client and another one is a server. Okay, so so we've got two directories. You cannot push the directories into Git. So remove all the files here. The first thing is, like, being a lazy person, the way we will be working on is creating a basic boilerplate React application and then connecting it with a Node.js backend. So I was talking about creating a notes taking application. We don't know whether we can do it within half an hour, but the process is starting with a backend application, which is Express.js application using Node, and the front end will be on React, obviously. So what should we start with, front end or back end? Okay, so we'll go with front end then. So front end is React. So for creating a React application on the front end, what we will be doing is we'll use something called as create React app, which is one of the Node projects. So what is this Node? Node I told you before, it is the runtime environment that is going to be running on your out of your browser, running the JavaScript code, right? So we'll be using two things here. One is Node, npm, npx. So Node, this is the runner. npm is the Node package manager. And finally, we have got npx, which is Node package executor. So what this does is, in simple terms, npm is the package managing application. So you can install package and run packages. So what you do is, like, you put package parameters, and then in case if there are a couple of packages, they are just mainly used for installing something and then removing it. For example, if you're using let's say WinZip or something like that, what would you do? You will download the setup file, then you double click on next, finish, and then once you run the WinZip, you just delete the file, right? Delete the setup file, right? So similarly, that is what happens with this one particular package which we will be using. It is called create React app. So if we want to do that, if we want to do all these three commands together, we will just put only one command, which is npx package name params. So this is actually here, what we are going to do now is, the package name here will be create React app. So create React app, and then the parameters is the directory in which it has to be installed. So the directory is obviously the client directory. So we'll put either client, or if you are inside the client directory, or if you want to install the React boilerplate in the current directory, you just put a dot. So what we will be doing is, we'll be using this npx create React app dot inside the client directory. So once you press enter, it starts with installing a lot of things. Like, it will first download CRA template and then installs React, React DOM, React scripts, all these three different packages. Along with that, it will also install multiple packages as well, other packages as well, like those dependencies that are depending on this. While it installs, I'm going to quickly answer some questions from the YouTube things. Hey, is Eddie Jody here? Hey, Eddie Jody. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm in Chennai right now in India, and it's pretty warm here. But actually, I'm able to survive without an air condition, because the main reason why I was saying this is, my usual operating temperature in London is 10 degrees to 12 degrees Celsius. But here it is like 30 degrees, but I'm okay with it. Okay, how am I using multicursors in VS Code? So I use Command D, or in Windows, you can use Control D for it, and then that will become multicursor for you. Okay, we have got some chat messages as well. And we have got our thing done too. Srinik, in full stack web development, we never require DSA. Tamil Payanna from Chennai. Yes. Okay, so now we have got a React application installed locally in the client folder. To run this one, let me open something. Okay, to run this application, what I would generally do is do npm start. So once I do npm start and take my hands off, it automatically opens the development server, and then it runs the basic React application, which is running here in localhost port 3000. So there is a lot of things that can be done after this, but I'll just skip those things. And for now, I'll just quickly go ahead and show you a demo. And then Recro, are we having a part 2?
Yeah, definitely. If
okay, let's have part 2, part 3, part 4, something like that. Yeah. How many of you would like that? Go ahead, tell this. Okay, how do I change port number? Okay, this is a great question. Let's show you how we can change the port number. So all you need to do is type in port equal to, let's say, 5000, and then npm start. So this will probably start in port number 5000. See, localhost 5000. Got it? So this is the best way, but I plan to put port 5000 for other purposes. So I'm just going to put port 3000 here. So let's close this and let's make this one run. Cool. Okay. So thanks for that question. And the next thing that we are going to do is we have to do a lot of things in the React application itself. So what I would do is, first thing is, since we have got all these 18 files here, I'm gonna do installed React boilerplate using CRA. So create React app. And I'll be doing a lot of things here, like rearranging the files, etc. So that's something which we will be doing. So let's go to the app.js or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to create a couple of directories. Components. Sorry, I'm not able to zoom this in a bit. Styles. Then we have got assets. Then we have got tests. And finally, services. Right. So app.css, we don't require it. So it goes to the bin. The moment it goes to the bin, you can see that there are a lot of error messages coming here. The same thing with here as well. So it says there are like problems here and stuff like that. I'm actually we can do one thing. We'll just try to run a basic React application here, or else this is how you would be starting a React application, and we can just connect with a basic quick server side thing. And shall we go ahead and start with answering all the questions? What do you say, Anjum? People are asking a lot of questions. Sorry.
Yep. We can definitely go and answer them.
Okay. So all right, then we will pause this for a moment. Okay, we'll just directly jump into the question and answer itself, because there are like loads and loads of questions now. So I'll just try to keep up with the questions completely. All right, cool. Do we need DSA to get job at UK for web development? The main reason why we got DSA in India is there are like 1,000 people appearing for a job where there is vacancy only for 10 people, and they want you to do a brain surgery, which in turn it is DSA, which is not relevant for anything after the interview part is done. So if you go ahead and ask anyone who is saying like learn DSA or something like that, ask them, will the DSA help you after the interview stage? 100% of them say no, because I have been an interviewer as well. I am also interviewing a lot of candidates at the moment, and we are looking for React developers too. So no DSA in the UK, 100% no. And it's going pretty good. Okay, great. In React, is React Native good choice to learn? And after learning React for mobile dev instead of Android or iOS, I would say go with Flutter or Dart, because they are better than React Native. But if you are sticking around with JavaScript, I guess React Native is good choice. But yeah, so that is there. Okay, so Eddie is in Bali. Yes, that we have seen. NPM and NPX, I have shown the difference. And what else do we have? Okay, cool. So let's leave Eddie alone. So some of your reason of React over Angular, apart from Angular being typed or even Vue, would like to know your thoughts. Really a great question. One thing is the learning curve for React is extremely easy. And second thing is, for people who are coming from a PHP background or a HTML background, React is going to be really helpful. Like it is going to be very similar to what we were using before. Whereas Angular and Vue is for people coming from the MVC architecture background, and for Angular, I guess anyone who is coming from the static typed languages like Java or .NET, they will really like Angular. So for me, I have been working with only duck type languages like JavaScript and PHP, so that's the reason it's going on. NPX is a runner, and yes, okay. Angular is dead. Good news to hear me. Which Linux distro is suitable for web development? Because Windows is more glitchy and slow for me. I guess I would ask the community to answer this question. Great question. I guess I'll go with Ubuntu because it is user friendly, or I would go with CentOS because it is server friendly. And coming to all the other questions, anonymous attendee is asking a question called, what is the difference between promise.all and promise.all settled? Okay, wow, nice. I have to go check in you. Okay, I don't know the answer right now out of my thought, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask this to the community as well. So someone, if anyone who is in the YouTube are able to answer it, go ahead and answer this. Prem Patel asks, how can one move from front end to full stack? So you already know front end, so you are a front end developer. The only thing that is pending is the backend side of things. So all you need to learn is one backend language or two backend languages, as I would say. Backend, you have got PHP, Ruby on Rails, .NET, Java, Node.js, Express.js. We have Python, Flask, Django, etc. So try to find whichever is easier for you and start learning that, and you can become a full stack developer. Obviously, it takes a lot of patience and a lot of experience, but that is the way to start with. How many days will it take to learn JavaScript and React? It depends on you. So learning JavaScript, you have got a couple of things. So if you go to roadmap.sh, which is one of the best sites I would suggest, and javascript.info for learning the basics of JavaScript as a language. And then if you go with the latest version of JavaScript, which is the ES6, the arrow functions, the new keywords, etc., spread operators, rest parameters, those kind of things. I guess that's it. All these things. If you learn just these 4 things in ES6 and then start with React, you will have a really good way of going with React. So go ahead that. The next question is, do Recro hires for freshers? I guess Anjum has answered. Is backend, can I choose Node.js? Definitely yes. Node.js is one of the, Node.js along with Express or Fastify is really good. That is what I have heard. Hitesh, I'm so sorry about the graphic designer part. I'm not a graphic designer. In the YouTube, there is this guy called Devraj Chadbrin. So he's around there. He is a graphic designer, the only graphic designer I know. So talk to him. He is the right person to guide you. Yeah, in backend, you can choose Node.js. Yes, Srinik. How can I start with machine learning? Sorry, seriously, no idea. Hitesh, why are you asking the same question again and again? What project can we develop after learning React? There are like so many projects that you can think of. Maybe I can ask, allow Anjum to answer this question. What all different projects can you think of? One thing is the one which Daksh was saying about the note taking in React, which is a full stack JavaScript application. You can also, okay, any other suggestions? Okay, so there are like multiple things. Like just think of something which is your favorite application and try to clone it. Splitwise app. You can also use React to create. See, React is just a way of programming things. So in HTML and CSS, you won't be able to split the files. React, you will be able to split the files. So that's all about it. How can I start my journey as a front-end developer internship? Wait, first thing is, are you looking for an internship or are you looking for the journey path? So if you're looking for the path, you start with HTML, the basic blocks, all these different types of HTML elements, like the layout elements, the paragraph elements, the running text elements, formatting elements, form elements, table elements, etc. And then the next thing is CSS. You have this box model, you have flexbox, you have grid systems, you have these 3 things which are very important: display, position, and floats. Then you have got some responsiveness and media queries. After that, go with JavaScript. And in JavaScript, you have like javascript.info that gives you complete idea about what JavaScript is, how many things that you can work on and stuff like that. And finally, you go with ES6, then you are good with front-end developer. So if you are confident at this stage, go ahead, apply for front-end jobs. Who knows? Just reach out to me. I'll also try to talk to my company, refer you in my company, and it's one of the huge investment banking company in the US. So definitely it's every Indian will know it, which company I'm talking about. Right. Apart from Angular using TS, can you tell me some of your reasons to choose React? I added this one. Yeah, the main thing is like it's a library, not a framework. And second thing, the way it is React is written, it is really good. Okay, Hitesh, I'm gonna kick you out. Okay, and Chesham says, I'm good in front end using React.js for 3 years. Great. I want to get into backend side professionally, but cracking interview takes a lot of practical questions, which I will not be able to answer, like DB migration and finding issues. Please help me in this. Okay, this is actually a great question, Chesham. What I would suggest you do is like, Why don't you try all these things by yourself? First thing is you need a guidance. Correct. I don't disagree with that. So start with something basics. So you need to work on the routing, the server deployment, etc. There are like multiple services that allow you, like for example you have DigitalOcean and all these other things. Those kind of things are there, so try checking it out. By the way, someone was asking this question, right? What is the difference between promise.all and promise.all settled? I guess Krish Gupta got an answer. All settled will run after all the promises are completed, and all is like trying to I thought this would be the answer, but I was not sure, so that's why I did not say this. Okay, Nitish says that when should I use component libraries like React or Bootstrap? Okay, when not to use. See, most of the application that you are planning to develop will come under a certain default kind of a things, but I would suggest go with Bootstrap or Material, whichever you feel you have the hands-on with it. I would go personally with Bootstrap because I have worked with Bootstrap for more than a lot of years, so that's the reason. CSS animations are sick, so it's awesome always. Which platform is better for hosting personal or small blogs with minimum traffic? I guess go with GitHub Pages in case if it is a static site, or if you have backend heavy application, like not backend heavy, go with Heroku. Heroku is one of the best. So that answers my next question for Web3 as well. Backend means Heroku, frontend means GitHub or Netlify. Firebase is for real-time database. GitHub is nice, doesn't have SS server-side rendering or server-side generation. Correct. Krish is giving a great answer for why Firebase is very bad or whatever it is. So cool. Heroku is good for backend applications. So Chesham, do connect with me and on LinkedIn, and I'm happy to guide you further. For mobile development, is React Native? Okay, I answered this one. So go with Flutter or Dart. In case if you want to stick around with JavaScript, go with React.js. Yeah, thank you, Shrinik. React.js versus Flutter. React.js you can't compare with Flutter. React Native versus Flutter we can say. As far as I know, I don't know React Native, I don't know Flutter, but people are telling that Flutter is really awesome comparing with React Native. So that's what I know, because I guess there are, people from the YouTube chat, can someone explain why Flutter is better than React Native? It's a question for you all. And what is Web 3.2 and what does it make? Okay, this is a very tricky question. And in simple terms, if I want to answer this question the way I answered it in 2010, so Web 3.0 is like, for example, if you are opening Skyscanner and then if you create like try to search for a flight from, let's say, London to Chennai, which I did like last week, I will be able to see a lot of different flights which are flying from London to Chennai, and all those flights are ordered accordingly to the carrier star ratings, size, speed. Sorry, not speed, the duration, etc., and how many hops you have got. After that, once I click all the next and book one flight, it will automatically give me an idea of like which hotel I need to check in, what are all the different places, etc. So this is the Web 3.0 is the place where we are actually living and working. So if you think about something, let's say I'm saying you, everyone, React.js is really cool. The starting salaries in the UK is 37.5 lakhs per annum. Why don't you learn React.js, get a university degree here, and then start working here, get your 37.5 lakhs right away as a fresher? I could say this. I'm just telling you all these things. We are using YouTube services, which is one of the Google services. Tomorrow you will go to your browser, open an incognito window and type something. There will be one ad coming in, learn React.js from Praveen, if that happens. But yeah, so those things are happening, right? That's Web 3.0. Every single damn thing is connected here. And Google is like, I won't say a monopoly. It is making our lives easier, but it looks like we are inside a huge big boss house where every single action of ours is noted. There is literally no privacy. That is the bad thing about Web 3.0. But the good thing about is okay, we want to think about something like, basically back in those days when we were kids, we were thinking of like, okay, I want to think about food. I want the food in my table, like a Jibuba or like an Aladdin coming and giving us. It's what is happening here, right? So all these things are called Web 3.0. Everything is a connected entity in the world. And just don't take Siri to your bedroom, please. Thank you. Or Iris or whatever it is. Or Amazon Echo. How many things have come up? Facebook portal. Is CRA always recommended approach, or should we use things like white to create a React project? Okay, that is new to me. So what is white? I'll have a look at that and I'll let you know. But CRA has always been my go-to way of creating it. But without CRA also, you can do a lot of things, but you need to use the Webpack and other things. I'll check out what white is, VITE is, and I'll get back to you as quick as possible. React versus Flutter answered. Can you say about path to web dev in UK? You mean to say, okay, my path I will tell. I was working here for 3 years and I did not get a career growth. At the same time, I wanted to come out of India. So there is no way I could go to any of the outer, like other than India. If I want to travel outside, I don't think there is any way my company is going to send me out in like, deputation or what do you call this, on-site kind of thing. Because my on-site only I was working. My on-site was in the IIT Madras Research Park. So I was thinking what I should do. At that point of time, the cloud computing was really going crazy. So I thought I'll take that as a career option. And I found this particular university, a British university, is giving this course. But I had this strong fear of exams, fear of English. So English exam, I can't write. Any kind of inky pinky ponky exams like GRE, TOEFL, anything I cannot write. If I write it, I will definitely fail. This university said that we don't want any of those exams. We have seen your things. So just tell us what is your score in your 12th standard English. I said 74. We'll give you 3.5 lakhs of scholarship back in 2013. Would you like to join? Unconditional offer letter. Okay, they are giving money and they are canceling all the tests. What else I want? I went to UK. So not only that university, now a lot of British universities are giving like complete English language certifications for people in India. So make use of it. No exams, just come pay and then start studying. And then, yes, I don't know why I became like this, but yeah. So once you study here, finish here, keep your LinkedIn profile really sharp. Keep on posting things. Okay, simple thing. Check out my LinkedIn profile. It is like a garbage. Try to keep it like a garbage. A lot of recruiters will come asking about what are you doing? Will you be coming to us to work or something like that? So whichever work I'm working right now or my previous job opportunity, any job opportunity in the UK has been, they chose me, not I applied for the jobs. So make sure you are doing it yourself that way as well. So that is something which I would like to say. And what are all the parameters to decide which database to use in the project? MySQL or Mongo? If you are using relational, go with MySQL. If you're using a simple flat file thing, like flat database, use Mongo. Uses of AngularJS, just to make React people annoy, I guess. Okay, Angular is just a competitor to React. All the things that React can do, Angular can do. All the things that Angular can do, React or Vue can do. So as simple as that. They're just, what is the use of Coca-Cola when there is Pepsi? Same answer. How to achieve multi-threading with Node? Hey, this is my interview question, da. Okay, I'll answer this for you. There is something called as cluster concept. So you can use clusters to make Node.js. Try to use the different multi-processors. But Node.js is a single threaded processor. Uses of AngularJS, no use. Please highlight over MongoDB. So MongoDB is mainly about document oriented database. So if you have a JSON kind of a thing, and you can also use it for Firebase too. So Firebase kind of internally uses MongoDB or something like that. So main thing is, if you don't have a hierarchy, if you don't have a relational databases, like for example, you have like hundreds of tables and all these tables are related to each other. If you don't have something like that, then MongoDB is good. But if you have a relational tables, relational database and table structure, which is in the previous version, I would suggest MariaDB or like the MySQL's kid daughter, MariaDB or PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL has been doing really a good job. So that's something which I would say. Which state management is good with? That is Redux, but there are other state management as well. We also have React's own state management, which is the context API, which has been made into a better version as well. So you can use anything, literally, whichever you find it easy, that would be great. Quickly looking at the YouTube things as well. Why would one use Gatsby or Next.js? Server-side generation. So Krish has given really an excellent answer. Mainly for server-side generation, less load on the client, and finally, search engine optimization. These are the three reasons. And finally, we have got a couple of questions as well here. Is there any online portal for sample projects for full stack development? Sample projects, no. I have got an awesome GitHub repository itself. It's called Final Year Projects. What is the difference between React.js and React Native? I have answered that. Or else have I not answered that? So React.js is for the web, React Native is for the mobile applications, the native applications. Web3 solves integrity in a distributed network and removes central entity. Great answer. Yes, we can use Webpack instead of using CRA, but that will be involving a lot of configuration changes. A lot of things are there. How much time it will take to learn React.js? If I give 3 hours per day, theory. For me, it took me totally 8 hours to learn. So if you are just like me, I don't know how much passionate you are or how easy you will understand. So if you ask me, for me, I'll tell 3 hours into 3 days. I'll learn in 3 days. Is there a backend development opportunity in UK? A lot. AngularJS or React.js, which one should I learn? Whichever you feel which is relatable to you. Try to create a to-do application or a simple application using AngularJS and React.js the same similar way, and then find out which is the one which you like the most. Go with that. That's great. And thank you for the Redux thing. Yes, Redux is great. Sorry, I can't message because it is asking for. Just don't message me. Like, just click on connect. Connecting is free for. Like you can easily connect with me, right? So click on the connect button and then get started with that. That's easier. Flutter is efficient, fast, productive, other than pros is the Flutter. Wow, there is such a huge discussion going on in YouTube, which is really good. Carbon for ads. Yeah, I was actually planning to do that too. How to apply jobs in the UK from India? Ayyappa, you have got a lot of opportunities through Stack Overflow jobs, Indeed, and then try looking. The main problem with applying from outside of UK is the visa problem. So in case if you do not have a visa, then it becomes a bit hard. But if you are inside the UK, whether you are in a student visa, don't come in a tourist visa. So if you are in a student visa, you can easily get jobs, because most of the companies are looking to hire tier 4 student visa into skilled worker visa. That is very easy conversion. And there are a couple of companies who are also happy to sponsor visas from the UK directly to Indian nationals. So because I have brought a lot of people here, I have referred a lot of people. So if you are extremely good, I can vouch for you and then get you a visa as well. That's completely fine to me. And apart from that, now also, can we join in universities in UK without any entrance exams? Yes, possible. Lot of UK exam. Lot of UK universities don't go for like Oxford or Cambridge. Definitely, they will give entrance examination, a lot of interviews and crazy things. So don't blame me for that. I studied in University of Leicester. They definitely do not ask any entrance examinations for Indians. It is there in their website as well. Flutter is equal to React.js. Job opportunity for Flutter is high in current days. Yogesh, Flutter is equal to React Native for the mobile application development. I guess that is the thing, or maybe others can correctly answer. But yeah, can you say about your path in web dev and how you got the job in UK? I actually explain that, but let me put it in a clear nutshell, like in a quick way. So TCS I was 3 years working. After that, I got bored. Then I thought I wanted to do something better in the life. So I wanted a career change. I wanted a career break. So I thought of going for masters. And masters, I don't want to go to US. For some reason, I don't want to go to US at all. Like personally, I did not like US. So what I thought is I will go for the UK. That was my next chance. Other than US and UK, there is nothing else. Like I can go to Australia, but even in Australia, there are some problems. Like Canada is like full of environmental issues. The climate is crazy. US people are crazy. Australia, they are burning Indians. That was the thing that happened back then. And then the only option I had got left is UK, but some kind of like a love or connection to the UK thing was there, because maybe the way I saw the movies or something like that, could be. So I chose UK. They said like you don't need to write any entrance examination. Again, the love got bigger. I went and applied in University of Leicester. They said like don't write any exams. Show me your projects, presentations, etc. So I created a project for them, just like right in front of them, made a small project, and they were so happy about it. They said they will give me an unconditional offer letter because I had 3 years of work experience. Work experience is mukyam makkale. So go ahead and have at least 3 years of at least 2 or 1 year of work experience, so that you can appreciate how it is different from India or something like that. So work experience is a must. It is not recommended. Like it's not something. It is better to have a work experience. It is not something that is a showstopper. You can come to UK to study directly after your bachelor's as well, but I would not recommend it because you will not enjoy it fully, like that I will say. Okay. And after coming to the UK, I had a huge cultural shock. Most of the British universities are providing this particular thing called as with industry in the UK kind of a thing. So try to opt for that, because with industry will give you a lot of like 1/3 of your let's say it is a 2 years course, 1/3, 8 months is going to give you full-time job opportunities. You don't require a visa or anything. And then after that, UK is doing a lot to Indians. PSW visa. So once you finish your studies, you have post-study work visa for 2 years. So 2 years no visa is required for work. You have full-time work permit, and you can easily get a job, etc. So this is something which I would say. So after the 2 years of studies, like in between, like 2 semesters, right? So first semester was 3 months and second semester was 2 months. Only 5 months I studied. And then after that, I got into an internship. Like in the UK and US, CV is extremely important. I was the first person in the whole history of University of Leicester and maybe all the British universities. I got a job without a CV. The reason is I keep networking with people. You know who I am and I know who you are. I need a job. Please give me. That's it, I said. Or else I need to go back to India, waste my life or etc. Something like that. He was like, okay, fine, I'll give you the job or something like that. So try to build networks, try to build relations through LinkedIn. So that will help you a lot. And then I got into the internship for 8 months. After working as a growth hacker, I came to know how UK's job market and all these things work. And the next step is like finish my dissertation and the final year project. And finally, I got another, I mean, there are some companies who kind of like publish the jobs, and I just went for an interview. I said I haven't finished my degree yet, haven't got a degree yet. They gave me a job offer the way I expressed myself in the interview. So expressing yourself during the interview time makes a lot thing. So just make sure you're doing your best in your interviews. And apart from that, 2.5 years with Accenture, 1.5 years with Head Forwards, then this game company, then this bank, and then this investment bank. So that's how the rest is history. So that's what was my quick story about UK. Promise.settled resolves all the promises and gives response in an array with promise, with response and the status. Okay, renting an apartment. That's a good project as well. I guess, yes, Gopal Mandloy, are you still here? I don't think he is here. So yes, we can hire you from India as well. can you say any university without exams in UK? My university, the university I studied, University of Leicester. I guess most of the other universities do not require any entrance examinations. There are like loads and loads of consultancies. Just go ahead and ask which universities will not need any entrance examination, and directly go to that university and apply. That is easier. Don't need the consultants help or something. The university will have complete guidance, people involved in giving you complete guidance, so that's easier for you. Okay, as you said,
Okay.
you have been an interviewer. Do you prefer certificates and resume? I just put it in the dustbin. Thank you. That's my answer, because I prefer a demonstration rather than a certificate. Can you share any good content link for React.js? Just go to YouTube, and type learn React.js in, and then press enter. You get like loads and loads of good content. Some great things are like fireship.io. You have the Net Ninja. You have Free Code Camp. Then React Warner. Westboss is awesome, but he's costly. The Mosh Motamandayan is also awesome, but he is also costly. Yeah, these are a couple of things. How shall I judge myself if I am ready for jobs in UK? Simple thing, Shubham. Just go ahead, apply for it. If you are getting rejected, then you are not ready. If you are getting accepted, then you are ready and you are done. So that's easier. Could you post your university name in the chat or the link? Yes, sure. Okay, it's University of Leicester. It's University of Leicester. Yeah, le.ac.uk. That is my university. I was talking about certificate which takes loads of money and time, Coursera and Udemy. Let it be Udemy certificates, let it be your own Photoshop certificate, nothing I'll be looking at. Except if it is a certification, maybe I can try considering it. Like, for example, if you are getting like a MCTS, I don't think it is relevant for any. There are no certificates that are relevant for web development at the moment. I'm recruiting for people who are working on React.js and full stack web development. There are no certifications in full stack web development. So at least for me, I don't consider any certifications. So any person who is without the certificate and with the certificate, that is going to be the same for me. And all depends on my interview procedure is completely different. It is completely practical. I have seen that a lot of people say like, okay, this is not the normal interview I have attended, because I completely make them do something totally crazy what we do in the office. So will you be able to solve this question or like solve this problem? And they will try to do. There is going to be only 1 or 2 questions from my side, and then that's it. The interview is done. Mine will be mostly the last interview. And for the banking project, banking client, mine was the deciding thing. So mostly I will not reject unless and until the first thing, it will be coming after all the filtration is done. Second thing, I will not reject people unless and until they are completely irrelevant, like they are not fit for this job or something like that. So that's about the way what I think about the certificates and other things. And in case if you are coming to the internships part, we have this V-O company in India. I don't know if Recro is already tying up with them. I don't want to burn or ruin their relationship, but there are these kind of companies. They kind of like say that we are giving internships. You have to pay 10,000 rupees. Ask them to lost, because that's not an internship. That's just a training program which you are paying fees and then you are getting a certificate. Whenever I see that name in any kind of like a candidate application, I will just recommend to like completely reject it. When you're saying that you are going for an internship, you have to get paid, not the other way around, right? So that's about it. Thank you so much, Bikash Burma and Srishal. LinkedIn is there. LinkedIn is the place where I live. So go ahead, hit me on LinkedIn. I also showed you my website where you can find my WhatsApp number. For some reason, when I came to India, the WhatsApp is not working. It is delaying a lot. If someone has an idea why it is not working, please let me know. And we are done with all the questions.
So yeah, thanks again, Praveen, for answering all the questions, taking the time and explaining people in detail so that they're actually cleared from the questions they're actually struggling with. And thanks for taking out time and sharing such an insightful information. So before we end this session, here there are a few things that I would like to share and few announcements. So we have created a community for developers called a Recro Tech Circle. and wherein you can connect with the fellow developers, get career opportunities, and ask for help. So if you have more questions, follow and connect with Praveen on LinkedIn, and do not forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel. He actually keeps a lot of content out there regarding React or his full stack journey or anything that he's working on right now. So don't miss on that. And if you're exploring career opportunities, Recro is hiring passionate developers. Check out the current Recro page opening and or refer your friend or someone that you think can benefit from them. To stay updated with such insightful events, do follow us on social media and follow Recro, follow things that we are keeping out. We are actually planning a lot of webinars upfront so that will really benefit not only your professional journey, but also your personally growth curve, right? So yeah, that's all for this session, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you in the next session. Just stay safe, stay home, and keep learning. Thank you so much.
I was about to say that, yes, stay home, stay safe. Be a
Yeah.
co-virgin. See you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.